Yo, what's going on, guys? I just wanted to make this video to kind of show off my fake grand order profile, as I've been playing for 1 year as of today, and I'm still not entirely sure if I even want to even make this video public or what I'm even going to be doing with this. I'm mostly just uploading it for myself so that I can kind of use it for like archiving purposes to just see like what I had and stuff and how far I've come on the game and whatnot. But anyways, yeah. So today is my 1 year anniversary on the game. As you can see, I have 365 total logins and stuff. But yeah. So I started playing this game on January 24th. Let me go over to my Spirit Origin list. And oh wait, that's not the right filter. Go down to MASH. So yeah, I started playing on January 24th, 2020, and it is now January 24th, 2021. And anyways, I am 100% free to play, as you can tell, based on my servants that I've acquired. I don't really have many SSRs, despite playing for or actually quite literally a full year now at this point. I don't really have many SSRs, although it is a little deceptive considering my maid altar is at NP2. Wait, where's her NP level at? Okay, yeah. She's at NP2 right now, and then my Skyhawk is at NP3. She's fully gold foed and everything. But yeah, the other servants that I have that are SSRs are just NP1s, and let me go back to acquisition, and I can show you guys whenever I got them. So I just recently got my Skyhawk a couple weeks ago through the New Year's banner, and I do eventually plan on trying to NP5 her, as she is my favorite servant in the game. I do plan on NP5ing her eventually whenever her event comes up next year, and I think it's called Dance Tournament in the Land of Shadows or something like that. And yeah, there's a craft essence for her that I think is like really cool and really good for her, so I might as well just try to roll on that banner to MLB it and get more copies of her, since obviously I want to NP5 her like I was just saying. But yeah, for my other servants that I have, oh yeah, Maid Altar, I have her NP2, and I don't really have any like goals to try to get more NP levels for her. I think NP2 is fine. I think NP2 is like the level of Noble Phantasm I'm trying to get like all my servants to before I try to get more for them, except for of course my favorite servant, Skazaha. But anyways, yeah, so I started off the game and I ended up getting Steno from my SR ticket, or not SR ticket, from my initial roll for the game, and I ended up burning her a few months later, and I got Herc from the SR ticket for the Babylonia campaign that was going on NA at the time. So I guess that I could have re-rolled, but I didn't, because I just wanted to play with the account that I started off with initially, and just roll with it and see how it turned out. And honestly, I'm extremely pleased with the way that it's turned out so far. I got Jack the Ripper off of Story Banner a couple weeks after I started playing the game, just from rolling summoning tickets. I think I had about 14 at the time, and ended up getting her very luckily. Somebody had convinced me to roll on a banner at the time to just try to get more servants. And I was really hurting for servants, being entirely free to play and not spending any of my Saint Quartz at that time or tickets. Having her, she definitely served as like a huge help. But I'll talk about my assassin and stuff like that later on, and what I want for the future at this very moment, and pretty much since I got the game, how I've really felt about how I wanted my classes to look on my support list for certain servants. But yeah, I got Artoria a couple months later. Actually, it was like only a little over a month later, and I got her on the class-based summoning campaign. It only took me about 60 Saint Quartz to roll to try to get her, so I was once again extremely fortunate. Like, by the way, a lot of the stuff that I will tell you seems like it's not real, but I mean, at least I probably wouldn't believe it if there wasn't proof. But I have recorded every single one of my rolls, I believe, and I still have a lot of the archives for the recordings of my rolls, except for the Jack the Ripper one, since I did get Jack whenever I was still on my phone. Right now I'm currently using BlueStacks. I've used Nox all the way up until a couple weeks ago, but yeah, I do have my game, my account downloaded onto BlueStacks as of right now. But anyways, yeah, so I have Scotty, and I ended up getting Scotty from 2 summoning tickets whenever her banner came out. I had anticipated me getting super unfortunate, and I had about 1,000 Saint Quartz saved up with, I think, about 60 or 50 summoning tickets at the time. And yeah, again, very, very lucky to end up getting her that quickly. And then literally the next time that I rolled was to get Made Alter, and on my next summoning ticket, I ended up getting Made Alter. So that means that back-to-back SRs, Scotty and then Made Alter a few weeks later, I got them from 1 summoning ticket, and then, or well, I mean, it was 2 summoning tickets, but it was on the second summoning ticket that I spent. And then on the very next summoning ticket that I used, I got Made Alter. And then I ended up going back to try to get more copies of Made Alter, and it only took me about another 6 or 7 tickets to, it took me 6 more tickets to get a second copy of Made Alter to get her to NP2. And I did that mostly just because she wasn't going to get another rate up in the near future. And I did end up trying to go for Edmond Dantes, but I couldn't get him even after spending like 60 tickets or something. It was pretty brutal. I've had a couple of not like terrible rolls, but you know, they have been a little unfortunate. That was kind of one of those times where it was like, man, you know, because I didn't even get anything from that banner except for Archer of Inferno. I didn't get a Caster Gill who was on rate up at that time. I didn't get Dante's. You know, I mean, I couldn't really expect to get him. I got extremely fortunate up until then, so I wasn't really expecting much. I, you know, still might roll for him this year. I'm not entirely sure what I want to do, but yeah, Raikou. I think that I got Raikou from quite literally my first multi that I did on her banner whenever she came up in September. And also, by the way, guys, in case, or well, I don't even know if anybody's going to be watching this, but yeah, I am entirely free to play, so if you can't tell, none of my servants were acquired from the GSSR based on, you know, the dates that I've acquired them, since I am filtered by rarity. Oh wait, no, sorry. Now I'm filtered by rarity, but you could see that I only have like these SSRs. I have no other SSRs on here. But going back to acquisition, so my Skyhawk, I ended up getting her to NP3 whenever she came up on New Year's, and I had started playing, you know, what this is almost an entire year before she came up on rate up, so I had just missed her the previous year, which sucked. And I had initially started off saving up nearly all of my Saint Quartz just for her and Scotty. If I could get anybody else along the way, that would be awesome, but I wasn't going to really spend too many quartz to try to get any of these servants that I try to get. And you know, fortunately for me, I don't know, like I just have EX rank luck, I guess, whenever it comes to the gacha. And now watch next time whenever I make another video for this game next year, whenever I review my profile and stuff like that, I'm gonna probably have terrible luck because, yeah, whatever. But anyways, I got my first copy of her and my first 3 tickets rolling, and then I got my other copy and about 200 quartz, and then, you know, and 27 tickets, so it was like 27 tickets, 200 quartz, and then I got my third and final copy in like, I think, another 400 quartz spent. So yeah, getting NP3 and that amount, however much that was that I just listed off, 30 tickets and like 500 quartz, extremely fortunate once more. I have had only 1 or 2 like really shitty rolling sessions, and one of them was that Dante's one, I guess, but that one wasn't even really that bad. The only other bad one that I had, I think, was the Ishtar rolls that I had. I think I had spent around 60 tickets and 500 Saint Quartz, or no, it was like 430 Saint Quartz to try to get Ishtar, and I didn't get her, which was yeah, that definitely stung. You know, being free to play, that was really shitty. But yeah, on my second archive, I just have some gold foes, and then craft essences. I just have, you know, a bunch of CEs for events and stuff like that that are either getting reruns or aren't getting reruns, I guess, that I just don't want to have in my main my main slots. But yeah, so going to my support list, you know, I have all my skills on my servants at about what I want them to be at. I think that, yeah, Raiko should be 10, 10, 10, but there's nothing special about my support or anything by any means. I have plenty of Saint Quartz on the table. I think right now I have about 920 saved up, so I could spend more of them on a banner or something to try to get my support better, but I'm not really trying to do that. I'm not really playing for gameplay at all. I'm just rolling for servants that I really like. So, you know, I rolled, I think, 5 to 10 tickets to try to get MHXX and then 60 quartz, and I luckily got one copy of her. But yeah, my CEs are like pretty bad. There's really nothing to say about them. They're almost entirely event CEs except for this imaginary round, which I had just gotten one copy of that from rolling for Ishtar whenever I rolled for her. So I guess some good came from that banner. But anyways, what I would like to see a year from now, looking back on this video, is I would absolutely love to see a Space Ishtar here, fully grailed and max foed as well, at NP2. 10, 10, 10, of course. That I think would be awesome. This Raiko, obviously, my Raiko at 10, 10, 10. And then in this assassin slot, I know that Jack is like one of the best assassins in the game, if not the best assassin. However, I would like to replace her with MHX, since I like MHX a lot more. And again, whenever I rolled for Jack, it was under story. I didn't really try to roll for Jack or anything. Although I am thankful that I have a Jack, it's just, you know, I would rather have my support with servants that I care for more. But anyways, yeah, I would like to have her MHX be in the assassin slot at 10, 10, 10 and NP2. Scotty can stay the same, and of course she is grailed. I'll grail MHX whenever I get her as well. So all of these should be fully grailed whenever I acquire them by this time next year, if I do acquire them, which hopefully I do, of course. And then I have Malter here at MP2. That's perfectly fine. You know, I'm chilling on her, and I don't think she's even going to get another rate up for like another 2 years unless we have a New Year's banner or something. So yeah, I'm not even remotely concerned with her. My Skyhawk, I really want to try to get her to NP5 eventually, like I was saying, during her event next year in September, but that's not for a really long time. I think that the only servants that I'm going to really be rolling for after I make this video, and yeah, I think that the only servants that I'm going to be rolling for this year are Space Ishtar, MHX, and maybe Dante's. Maybe? I'm not 100% sure if I want to roll for him again. Maybe I'll just try to blow tickets to see if I can get him or not, but if I do, then that's awesome. If I don't, then, you know, that's cool too, I guess. But yeah, so for the Archer slot, I really want to have Ishtar here. I already, you know, was talking about how I tried to roll for Ishtar a few months ago, and, you know, no dice. I didn't end up getting her, which kind of sucked. But yeah, I really want to get her to NP2, and then of course Grail. But the Saber slot and the extra slot, or the all slot, I'm really not sure what I want to do with these. With the Saber one, I was kind of thinking, I do have Salter here. I could Grail her, maybe, but I was mostly thinking like Shiki or possibly Yokita. Those are the two Sabers that I was really eyeing ever since I got the game. But I mean, I like having Artoria, because I think she is like good gameplay-wise, and you know, kind of would prefer her over any other Saber other than the ones that I mentioned. But I'm just not sure if I like her enough to want to Grail her or anything. While, you know, again, I do like her, I don't think that she's kind of up there for me. And the biggest reason why I even rolled on that Saber uh, class-based summoning campaign banner wasn't to try to get her. I mean, obviously she was like the best prize that I could have possibly have gotten, but I would have been absolutely satisfied with getting like a Lancelot or something like that, because Lancelot is one of my favorite servants. You know, I would have liked to have gotten him, but you know, got Artori instead, so I'm not by any means. But yeah, so I think that in this all slot, hopefully by this time next year, it'll be like Dante's, or maybe even like, you know, a little bit after this time next year, whenever we get that SSR ticket, maybe it'll be waiver or something. That would be nice as well. Or maybe I'll swap. If I do get Dante's, maybe I'll have Dante's in my extra slot and then my Space Ishtar in my all slot. I'm not really entirely sure what I want to do there, but yeah, pretty much ever since I got the game, I really wanted to have Ishtar, Skyhawk, Maid Alter, Scotty, MHX, and Space Ishtar. Raikou wasn't 100% on whether or not I wanted Raikou over MHX Alter, but yeah, I think I decided later on that I do like Raikou more than MHX Alter, so I kind of stuck with her. And maybe in the future I will try to roll for MHX Alter as well, but I kind of want to make sure that I can get the servants that I want the most first before I start going for other ones that I obviously am kind of questionable about trying to get. But yeah, so that's, I guess, enough for my support list. I could go over and look at my craft essences real quick. There's nothing really to see here. Oh, whoops. So yeah, on here on my craft essences, most of the 5 stars that you're going to be seeing, other than, you know, Volman, Imaginary Round, and Black Grail, are like probably the only 3 worth even talking about. Just have a couple CE bombs on here. I should probably filter by rarity, actually. But yeah, so I mean, I don't really have any decent CEs. The only CEs that people care about are K-Scope, which, you know, I obviously have none of these. Hopefully by this time next year I'll also have K-Scope too. Like, man, I've got a lot of hopes for, you know, being free to play. But yeah, anyways, I guess that I should show my present box too. Nothing really to see here, just a bunch of foes and embers. Most of these embers, I'm just saving them up for event servants. And then whenever I end up getting the event servants leveled up, whatever embers I have left over in my present box, I'll just spend them all on MHX and Space Ishtar. And, you know, of course, Dante's if I get him too. But yeah, I don't really plan on rolling gacha this year, unless it's for those 3 servants in particular. I might cave and roll for, like, I haven't seen what 4 stars are up on Rate Up, but I might roll tickets for some of those 4 stars. Right now I only have 8 tickets and 900 quartz. That's mostly due to me rolling for Skasaha recently, as I had already discussed. But going over to my master profile, I'm not sure if I actually showed that yet or not. But yeah, I do have 365 logins, as this is my 1-year anniversary on the game. And well, I guess whenever I started playing the game in February, I had 29 days in it, so like it should be at 366. It's currently not 8 p.m. right now, but yeah, I did end up losing 2 login streaks. One of them was in June, whenever I had pretty much stopped playing the game for a couple weeks, which was one of the only 2 times that I've taken a break from this game for longer than just a couple days. I had kind of stopped playing the game for about 2 or 3 weeks back in June, and it was mostly just because I was working so much. I wasn't really even focused on playing, and it was just a bunch of dead weeks too. Like, the game was just, well, flat out boring, like, at the time, in my opinion. Like, to play, there really wasn't even anything to play for. I still had no servants to really use that I had cared for. Okay, well, awesome. I guess that my recording kind of just failed right there. I don't even remember what I was saying, to be quite honest, guys. But or if anybody's even listening to this, I don't even know if anybody's gonna be listening to this whole way through. But anyways, yeah. Oh yeah, I think I was talking about like my login streak or something like that getting broken. The second time that my login streak got broken actually was in November, just before I rolled for Ishtar. So it was such a rough day for me, right? And I'd missed it by quite literally 2 minutes. Because whenever I logged in, it was 8:01 p.m. and the login reset at 8 p.m. So I had literally just missed it. And I kind of again had thought that I had logged in back in June. I thought that I had logged in for that day, but I was so busy streaming at the time, like all day, every day, like 12 hours a day, that I had pretty much completely lost track of time, and I didn't realize that I hadn't logged in whenever, like logged in, and then I saw that it reset. And the other thing too that sucks is both times that I did go to log in, I was 1 day away from getting the summoning ticket for my 7-day login. So yeah, that really was kind of shitty, because I would have 2 extra summoning tickets right now, or would have had 2 extra summoning tickets to use. But yeah, I think that I've kind of ranted on about almost everything that I've kind of wanted to say. I mean, not really, because there are like some stuff that like there is some stuff that I would really like to talk about in regards to this game, like my opinions on it and stuff, and what I would like to see changed. But for now, like, I mean, just for this video in particular, I think this is pretty much what I would like to show and everything in it. I guess that I might as well just show off my items list as well, showing off how many apples I have and whatnot. But yeah, I think this is probably going to wrap up this vid. And yeah, again, I don't know if I want to even publish this publicly on any of my YouTube channels or whatever. I might just keep it unlisted. I might just public it. I really have no idea. So I don't even know if anybody's gonna ever see this. And just want to keep this as like an archive video, so that I can look back on all the stuff that I have and what I have accomplished and stuff like that on this game each and every year. And I will make another one next year, or maybe I'll make one like yeah, probably just next year or something like that. I'll make one like every year on my 1-year anniversary playing FGO. But yeah, anyways guys, thanks for watching this video or something, I guess, and catch you guys later. Peace.